Alrighty, folks, we are going to go over something that I shared very briefly in today's daily financial news on December 9th. This will actually probably be up on the 10th. So what I shared yesterday were 6 things that Brad Lee wish he understood in his 20s. We're going to run through this list with Casey from Brick by Brick Wealth. Casey, how you doing?
I am doing really good today. It's a gloomy, cold day, and I've got my heater on, but I'm ready to go.
There you go. I am curious, what is the weather like outside? Is it 30s or what are we talking?
It's 58. It's not,
it's
not that cold. Actually, this weather this season has been really weird. We still have leaves on the trees. The grass is still green in my yard. Typically, we would have had dead grass by Halloween. So It's been abnormally warm for December and even November. So
all right. I will remember that. I will remember that 58 is cold and you have your heater on. So
it's warm. It's cold in my office, but outside it's not that bad. I would be wearing like a zip up sweater and a tank top. So there you go.
Well, I want to share these things from Brad because I think they are, first off, very well done. And they're all kind of thought provoking to me, which is I like to riff on things with people when I like to really anchor on them. So here's the first one that Bradley shared. Time is your greatest asset.
Yeah, that really holds true for real estate. Time is your greatest asset.
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, the earlier that you start investing, the easier it is for you, the more money you're going to make. It really sucks when you start real estate investing when you're 60. Like that sucks. You know, it'd be great if you were 12 or 15 and you started investing, but time really is your greatest asset for sure.
Yeah, when I think about this, because again, you know, I'm over 50 now, right? So I'm over the hill, right, as they say. Yeah. And you know, thinking back to, you know, being in your 20s, which is the context of this thing, it's like, you know, I remember being, you know, 20 thinking 40 was old.
I do too.
Right. And now I'm north of 50. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird, right? And certainly time is your greatest asset. All right, here's one that I didn't really know until I was over 40. Okay. And that is relationships over money.
Yes. I mean, you could spin that all different ways for what that could mean. Okay. Yeah. But what comes to mind, relationships over money. I personally feel like the only thing that you take with you when you die is your character. It's what you leave. It's what people think about you. Mm-hmm. And if you spend all your time working, and you're not spending it with your family and you're building the relationship and they're loving you and you're loving them, you're choosing money over family, over friendships, over the love of just living and having a good life. And really, when it all comes down to it, are you going to have all this money, but have no relationships? Sometimes you have to say, hey, maybe I am going to make a little less money and I'm going to build relationships with my family and my friends.
Yeah. The other thing I think about is, you know, I think all of us at different points in our lives could make a decision that might net more money for you, but will burn a relationship. And, you know, I think Warren Buffett has often said, you know, it takes decades to build a reputation and, you know, 15 minutes to lose it. You know, if you're just chasing the almighty dollar, you're likely not going to have meaningful relationships because people are going to know that about you and they're not going to want to deal with you.
You're just a greedy SOB and you don't care about anybody. Yeah. 100%. Exactly. Nobody wants to be that person.
Yeah. Let's hope not. Here's another one that I just, when I read it, I felt it, which is really when I know somebody did it right. And that is failure is just feedback.
Yes. So like another way I say it is, you know, failing upwards, failing your way up. I mean, my sister says this all the time. There's no such thing as failure. It's just another lesson learned, you know? So you can't start at the top, you start at the bottom. And the only way that you're going to get better and make progress in your life is trying and failing and messing up and learning from your experience and trying again. You know, this brings me to that image, and I'm sure everybody has seen it, some meme or whatever, a picture, and it's like a picture, and it's this guy with a pickaxe, and he's pickaxing at the wall, and he's gotten really far, and he only has like an inch left to go, but he quits. He gives up right before he makes it. And every time I feel like I'm going to give up because I failed so many times at this or that, and I'm sick of it and I'm going to quit, I remember the pickaxe picture and I think, what if I'm this close? What if I'm this close? Do I really want to give up? There is no such thing as failure. It's just another lesson learned. It's the way that you're going to make it to the top. Fail, fail, fail again until you make it.
Love that. Love that. Again, I think a lot of people look at failure as, something you've got to hide. And a lot of the most successful people that I know kind of wear their failures as a point of pride, right? Nobody gets through life without failing, right? It's one of the lessons you learn and you take away and you can move on and wear them proudly. Again,
the only true failure is when you give up. That's the failure. The failure is when you quit, the ultimate quit. Then you failed.
Yeah. Failure is just feedback. All right. Number 4. This is one that I live and breathe and is my superpower. And I'm so thankful for it, but I certainly didn't appreciate it early in life. And that is consistency beats talent.
I agree with this. I mean, everybody would love to just wake up one day and be super amazing and make it. But it's like the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady wins the race. You don't have to be the best, but if you can be consistent, you'll get there. And you may not be making leaps and bounds in progress all the time, like some people are that have just this innate talent or whatever. But if you just keep moving forward at a steady pace, you will reach the end.
Yeah. And again, there's so much in this that I want to talk about, because again, this one is kind of my superpower and I didn't even know I had it. But
you definitely have that superpower.
Yeah. I got this one. I got this one.
Got that one in the bag.
That's right. That's not the only one I got, but that's okay. But I mean, just think about, at least I think about my life. I've been lucky enough to be around some super talented people, whether it was in high school sports or, salespeople or whatever. And there's a lot of people that just waste the talent. Like how many number one athletes do you know from high school that skated by, that didn't do the work, that weren't good, 4 years later, because they never practiced. They didn't work on their craft. They didn't work on their, left-handed jump shot or whatever it was. They just relied on talent. Talent fades. And in consistency, the other thing I'm reminded of, and again, I think it's Jesse Itzler put this out there, is if you want to be in the top 5% of any new thing, like playing music, learning languages, running, whatever, if you just spend 18 minutes a day, right, for a year, you're going to be in the top 5% of whatever that is. That's just mind-boggling to me.
That
it's
is
crazy.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah,
my kids are taking guitar lessons. Jason, Juliet, they're both taking guitar, and I go and I sit and I watch and I take notes because I don't want them coming out saying, I don't know what our homework was, right? That would drive me nuts. But I sit there and they've only been taking lessons since right before Halloween. They already know all the D chords, all the G chords, and they're playing songs, and they've had maybe 8 to 10. I don't even think it's been 10 lessons. And it's consistency. And the guitar teacher says, just 5 to 10 minutes a day and you'll be better than everybody. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day. It's not about practicing a lot on Sunday and not the rest of the week. It's consistency. It's a little bit every day. It's memory. It's getting better. It's building your skills. You can't just do a lot on one day and forget about the rest. It's not equal. Even if you spent an hour on Sunday, the 10 minutes a day, which would be less than an hour, 10 minutes a day would be more impactful and powerful, that consistency, than one big chunk of time.
Yeah. Again, folks, I tell you, if you're going to follow me and you want to get a buy box going, I'm going to ask for 20 minutes a day, 7 days a week. So you're going to be better than the top 5%. Yep. And if you think about it, Olivia and I's entire portfolio was built on 20 minutes a day in a market we never lived in. We didn't know anybody. But by the end of 6 months, I knew it better than anybody else. And that's what I looked at that same stupid buy box for 3 years. I mean, yeah, I got this one in spades, like you said earlier.
Yeah, you do.
Consistency beat talent. All right, you got 2 more.
Okay.
This is one that I am really focused on. It'll be my goal for 2025, and that is health is wealth.
Oh, yes. And I feel like, I don't know if it's in my feed or what, I'm seeing more and more of this. I'm seeing the videos of the 70-year-old lady barely able to walk up the stairs. And then because she never took care of her body and never exercised or ate right. And then there's the other lady who's the same age and she's gardening and mowing her lawn and doing all these things. And she's running up the stairs
Yeah.
because the choices in being healthy. And I'm like, I need to exercise because
Yeah.
I need to be healthier in that way. We do try to eat right as best that we can, but the exercising is where I'm falling short. And I might not be a fat person, but I don't want to be a skinny old lady that's got my cane and my back hurts and I can't walk up the stairs to lift a heavy package. And that's definitely coming down the line for me if I don't take health more seriously, not just, not the eating. I'm good with the eating, but it's the exercise. I need to exercise. And that's something on my 2025 list too.
I like it. I like it. The final one, again, for Bradley's 6 things. I saw this on X. I believe it might have been Instagram. I think it was Twitter. Happiness is a choice.
Yes. Yes. I have on my dining room, in my dining room, I have a saying that says happiness is a choice, something like that. Happy is a choice. And it's true. And we've talked about this probably like last year. And I said, I'm kind of a pessimistic person, and you're like, no, you're not, Casey. I see you as being, optimistic. And I am, but I'm not always happy, right? I'm always disappointed. Things aren't good enough. I'm always trying to be better. And I think that's also probably part of the entrepreneurial. People are never satisfied. And so they're always striving for more, always want to be better. Or else if you're always happy and fine, then why change? That's also been my thing. Well, if I'm always happy, what's my motivation for more, for greatness if I'm always happy? But I'm spinning this around because I realized that if all you care about is the next level and you're never satisfied and you're never happy, that means you can reach whatever level you want and never be happy. I have said for the past 13 years, I've lived in Memphis, and Memphis sucks. I hate Memphis. Memphis is a POS. I can't stand this place. Gotta go. And I have researched, as you know, Colorado to move to, Utah to move to, all over. And I have spent more than 20 minutes a day. I'm addicted and obsessed with learning these different markets, not for real estate, but to live, like just another obsession with analyzing. And I'm not quite sure the grass is greener. And so I realized, Michael, that I need to be happy in the current state that I'm in whatever facet of life. I need to be happy with my house, happy with my life, happy with my family, happy with my income, happy with everything. And as they say in all these spiritual books and things that I read, if you're not happy, I'm gonna put it this way, when you are happy on the inside, more of what you want will come to you. It's like the opposites attract. Actually, that's not true. It's what you put out in the universe mirrors, your reality.
Comes back to you. Yep.
Comes back to you. So I need to be happy so I can attract more happy things.
I love that. And again, happiness is a choice. I mean,
it is a choice.
Yeah, we live in a world, certainly you and I as content creators, where it's really easy to push negative things, right? If it bleeds, it leads. That's why the mass media always goes negative, because it gets clicks and all of that. I could not imagine living in a world of a content creator where everything you have is crash, crash, crash. I just couldn't imagine living in that doom loop.
No, and they do it for the money, for the clicks.
Of course.
But
can you imagine living in that?
That has to take a toll. Always pushing negativity. You've got to feel that, in your soul. And I could never do that.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Well, again, folks, this is Bradley's list. It was fun to riff on. I always like talking about him. Time is your greatest asset. Relationships over money. Failure is just feedback. Consistency beats talent. Health is wealth. And happiness is a choice. Where can people find you?
People can find me on YouTube and on Instagram and my website, Brick by Brick Wealth.
And of course, folks, she will be in Vegas February 15th and 16th.
I'm so excited.
Yay! Make sure you're there. Thank you so much.